I'm back. We're doing more. 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 This 2000s this time. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before we get into this one, 2000s not a good decade for music, but there were some amazing records that came out in the 2000s. And we're gonna talk about some. I have a bunch of favorites. This is actually the one of the decades where I can honestly name like 10 records I'd probably put in this video. And yeah, let's get started. I'm not gonna fucking I may say them on like live streams or something, or like I may just say it in a random video, or you can just look at my Rate Your Music account. And you can find all the perfect albums from there. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the 2000s. I know these records are pretty basic right here, but I'm gonna try for some of the other records to really try to like. I tried, but yeah, let's start. Let's get started with this one. All right, first choice. OutKast, Stankonia. And the reason I like this one compared to the other two, which everyone loves the other two because, sorry about that, because they're more rap based. But I honestly do think that OutKast really do experiment with a lot of great sounds on Stankonia. I mean, you know, not just like, oh, some of the hits like I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson, but even some of the other songs like the intro track to this album, it goes fucking hard. It goes hard. It's one of the hardest tracks I've ever heard. Not just that, too. Like Bombs Over Baghdad, the one song with Killer Mike. So many great tracks on here. Toilet Tisha, I think, is a pretty good piece of conscious hip hop. Pretty amazing piece of conscious hip hop. And yeah, I honestly do think that OutKast was on something on a different level when they made this record. It may not be everyone's favorite. A hip hop purist may be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But no, this is really an amazing record. OutKast smacked it out the park. Psychedelic rap banger after another rap banger. There's bits of rock in here, a little bit of psychedelia, a little bit, but it's really amazing. I really do recommend it. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Björk, Vespertine, 2001. 2001 is one of the best years for music, hands down, hands fucking down. There's another record from 2001 we're gonna mention, probably the next album. Björk's Vespertine, beautiful, sexual, romantic art pop. Like, just saying, if I'm gonna listen to music and get nasty, I don't know why. I feel like I'd listen to this record and then get screamed at for fucking putting it on. But no. This is truly an amazing record. For a lot of reasons. Mainly because of how beautiful it is. Pagan Poetry is a great example of that. Or the song Aurora. This is my favorite art pop album of all time. And yeah, there's gonna be some other art pop records mentioned in the series. But if I had to pick a favorite, it'd be Vespertine. Strongly fucking Vespertine. So strongly it'd be Vespertine. By a long shot. But yeah, Vespertine. Amazing production too. I didn't get to mention that one. Production is so beautiful. And everything about this record, beautiful, gorgeous, clean, wintry. Oh my god. Like, it's fucking great. Alright, next up, an album that personally for me is kind of an album that means a lot to me. I mean, this artist has probably made me cry more than any other artist. We have The Microphones, Glow Part 2, and yeah, I'm talking about Phil Elverum. I mean, albums like fucking Crow Looked at Me. Crow Looked at Me don't make you emotional. You're psycho. This album too. This album really does mean a lot to me. It's probably my depression album for Glow Part 2. It really is a beautiful, but at the same time, like, crazy indie folk album. It's my favorite indie folk album by a long shot. It really does know how to, like, talk to your soul. Like, the song, the self-titled track, amazing. The Glow Part 2, my shirt's back on. Like, I don't really know what to say. Every song slaps. There's some noisy parts in it too. It is pretty noisy at times. At the same time, it's really beautiful. There's a lot of really great tracks on here. Headless Horseman. God, God, God. That's a record. That's a record I may need to make a formal review for. Alright, next up. We're gonna talk about Godspeed, You Black Emperor, right here. Lift your skinny fist. Yeah, this is the best post rock album ever made, ever fucking made. The production, the instrumentals, the amount of like messaging in this record. This record has no vocals or no singing. It has vocals. It has vocals here and there, but there's no real singing. But you can get so much out of this record if you just listen to it and just intake the music. This record like could somehow make me inspired and make me emotional at the same time. This record fucking does it all. And there's only 4 songs on here, each of them spanning around 23 minutes. Trust me, you want to listen to every single second of it. My favorite song on here is the last song, Like a 10 is to Heaven. Fun fact, I know how to play the full song on guitar. Like, no joke. I know how to play the full song. Sleep is another great one. The intro track, of course, and even Static. They're all amazing. I'm over here talking, like, naming off which one. They're all amazing. Like, they're all fucking great. I kind of like how there's a theme. The first couple songs, they start with S, like Storm, Static, Sleep, and then you have Like Antennas to Heaven. But it's so great. It's just so fucking great. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. It's emotional. It does all these things all in one album. And it really is the show of what you can do with like music. Like it's just the ultimate fucking album. There's no other album that really shakes me up like this one. Not one I can think of at all. And then next up we have Madvillainy. This is like the most obvious album on the list. It's probably also one of my favorites. MF Doom is really on another game on here. Some of my favorite tracks include Rainbows and Curls and fucking All Caps, Meat Grinder. Holy shit. This is just another level of genius. And like, I'm not trying to sound like a snobby music nerd. This is really like a top 5 hip hop album. Like, I'll do a ranking of hip hop albums if you want, but this is definitely up there. The production by Madlib being one of the greatest producers of all time, like truly a just amazing producer. R.I.P. Doom, bro. But like, holy shit, R.I.P. Doom. This album is just fucking crazy. I don't really know what else to say. A lot of these albums are so good they leave me speechless, especially these two up here. Or it's right here too. But these two albums leave me speechless at times. There's amazing. There's some skits on here that I thought were pretty cool. A lot of random features by the artists themselves. Like, there's a song on here featuring Victor Vaughn, and then there's another song on here featuring Quasimodo, which is kind of funny because that's MF Doom and fucking Madlib just playing characters. There's a lot of great stories and shit on here, and of course the lyricism on point, storytelling on point, everything you expect MF Doom to do amazing. He does amazing. Yeah, of course. Perfect record, Madvillainy. All right, next one. Really amazing metal album in my opinion. I just got the shirt for the record. I should have worn it for this video. I should have fucking worn it. Missed opportunity. I really did just pause the video just to put on this shirt, just to say that Toxicity is a 10. I mean, it has some of the greatest riffs of all time. It has some of the greatest production of all time. I really cannot say a lot about this record that hasn't been said. It's the greatest example of a record that came out in a time that there wasn't a lot of good music coming out, but this record really did surpass it. I mean, really, I did say that 2001 was one of the greatest years of music of all time, so I'm really on fucking crack today. But no, like, when it comes to metal, there wasn't a lot of great metal coming out in the 2000s. A lot of it was shitty. tacky, disgusting, weird. But no, this album really is like kind of like the unique one. It really isn't shit. There's a lot of great songs in here like ATWA, my favorite track on there, and then there's Deer Dance, there's Needles, Prison Song, amazing intro, outro aerials is amazing. Everything about this album, mwah, 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 fucking great. I can't really say too much that hasn't been said about this record again. Absolute fucking 10. And yeah, there you go. Those are my 10 out of 10s. We're going to do the 90s next, which is going to be a fun one. This is the one I'm actually really excited for, is to do the 90s. I'm going to fuck it up with the 90s. But yeah. Oh, these are my 10s for the 2000s. Have a great day. I'll see you all in the next video. Alright, bye.